You don't need to chase her. You need to do something much more powerful. If you want to leave a permanent psychological mark on a woman, you don't do it with flowers or sweet words. You do it by mastering your presence, your detachment, and the kind of emotional imprint that lingers long after you are gone. Most men focus on attraction, but few understand how to create addiction. And even few know how to stay in your subconscious without seeing a single word. If you skip this video or jump ahead, you will likely miss the exact patterns that make your brain crave your energy. So stay with me because the real power is hidden in what you're about to hear. And if you truly absorb it, she never see you the same way again. If this message already struck a chord with you, take a second to like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. You might be helping a man rise and saving him from years of confusion. Let's start with what most men get wrong and how that one mistake makes their unforgettable in sequence. Let's kick a tail with a truth bomb you've probably never heard one. Stop being nice. Start being dangerous. The first rule is brutal. Stop being the nice guy. The guy who overexplains, replies in sequence, and checks in constant. That man leaves zero tension. Is predictable. You want to leave a permanent psychological mark. Start creating emotional friction. That means breaking her urge to teach him. If she expects you to say good morning every day, stop. Break the pattern. Let the silence claim louder than attention. Most men are addicted to approval. It's a quiet addiction to validation. Every time you double check or rush to fix something, you're teaching her that your energy is cheap. The fix. Kotati. Don't explain why you're busy. Just be busy. When she feels you are absent with or drama or apology, it starts twitching her subconscious. That is where the obsession starts forming, not in comfort, but confusion. It is exactly what to do. For the next same days, eliminate all unnecessary contact. If she doesn't message you, good. Let her wander. If she reaches out, take your time. Respond calmly with enthusiasm. Any word answers. Yes, sometimes. Short, sharp, clean. You're not being crude. You're showing dominance. You're retraining your brain to associate your attention with reality. Control your facial reactions, too. When she expects a compliment, give her a look instead. Come, unreadable. Don't say, you look beautiful. Just hold a contact and not once. Let your presence speak. That blank space between what she expects and what you deliver creates a mystery she can't explain. And when her brain can't explain you, it stores you deeper. This isn't emotional manipulation. This is strategy. You're not punishing her. You're creating space for her to feel your weight. That space builds intrigue. You want her to feel slightly away balance. Not on surface, just not fully in control. That's what builds attraction. Safety is for friends. She needs to feel something sharper when she's around you. The edge of unpredictability. Your goal is not to be perfect. It's to be unforgettable. She won't remember your jokes, but she remembers how your detachment made her question herself. That memory becomes your emotional imprint. It's not about hurting her. It's about disrupting the pattern long enough to become the one she can't stop thinking about, even when she's with someone else. So starting today, stop making her comfortable. Stop being the soft pillar. Be the wire that warms. But be warned if held too long. Pull back, slow down, speak less. Hold a contact and disappear for a while. Then watch what happens when you return. She won't just notice you. She feel you. That's when you're on her mind. And it's only the beginning. You were pulled back. Now let's make her crave you. 2. Be the scar she can't heal from. It is what most men don't realize. Emotional impact doesn't come from what you give. It comes from what you take away. To leave a permanent psychological mark, you must become a disruption in her story. Someone who wasn't just sweet or present, but someone who left a dent. You do that by mastering presence in the moment and absence right after. She needs to feel the tension of your sudden silence after deep emotional clusters. Let her open up to you. Listen without judgment. Hold strong a contact. Nod. Touch her wrist. Ten vanish for 48 hours. Nothing. Zet zoden gapliefs hurinein emotionaal free foul. Hoor brein wil roos to feel the silence vismining. Gaat ze exact moment waar the subconscious locks on. You recreated space for further project. Imagine and abysses. You didn't ghost her. You imprinted her. You want something she never forget. Don't argue. Withdraw calmly, confidently. Let her sit in the discomfort. The emotional imprint isn't left in the high. It's burnt in the detachment. That's where the obsession is born. A man who can disappear without resentment is a man who triggers revolution. Shooting over what you said, what you did, what you missed. That internal spiral is your advantage. It is a powerful exercise. Next time you review her, tell a story that leads nowhere. A deep one about pain, loss, or a powerful memory. Then stop halfway, smile, say, never mind. That emotional cliffhanger creates intrigue. It's a Machiavellian tactic, having emotion, but keeping the full truth out of reach. That tension makes her chase. IT plants a seed of unresolved emotion she revisits alone. Women remember her moments, not monologues. You don't need to impress, you need to disturb. Be the enigma that never fully pen it up. The man who made her feel more than she could handle, then disappeared with no warning. That story becomes internalized. IT lives in her subconscious. That's how you live influence. By giving her the emotional high and pulling the rug just enough to make her stumble. Control is everything. Not control over her, but over the timing of your energy. That's power. And when you can turn IT on and off at will, you become magnetic, irresistibly. She thinks about you not just when she's alone, but especially when she's with someone else who lacks the depth. That characteristics. That's what makes you unforgettable. It is what to do this week. Create a deep emotional moment and go silent for 24 to 48 hours. No good night. No explanation. Let her reach out. Let her wonder if she isn't. Even better, she's already spinning. You're not trying to hurt her. You're activating parts of her that most men never touch. And now that she's emotionally cricket open, it's time to power in something even deeper. Now it's time to turn your presence into pure pressure. 3. Hold the throwing. On the room. Every man walks into a room. For actually take control of IT. If you want to be remembered and felt, you need to master presence. That means you enter slowly. You stand tall, shoulders back, eye contact steady. No rushing, no fidgeting, just come energy that tells the room. I'm not here for attention. I am the attention. That level of grounded confidence is impossible to ignore. When she's round, never chase her vibe. You set the tone. If she's nervous, you recom. If she's loud, you lower your voice. You don't match your choice. You answer IT. That's how you build influence without needing approval. You become the emotional thermostat. A man with self-worth dance for connection. He watches. He listens. Then he speaks with purpose. It is a shift you can use right now. When speaking to her, slow your words by 10%. Lower your voice slightly. Pause mid-sentence. That comes steady RH чем demands attention. IT projects dominance and emotional control. Practice IT with everyone. Waiters, friends, strangers. Once it's natural, IT becomes magnetic. The way you speak becomes part of the emotional imprint she carries. Be aware of your posture. Sit wide. Take your space. Don't lean in too much. Lean back. Let her come toward you. Even physically, detachment is powerful. If you find yourself adjusting constantly to her peace, her comfort, stop. Reverse IT. Let her adapt to you. That silent reversal of roles flips the dynamic. IT places her in the position of pursuit. When conflict arises, stay calm. Never argue emotionally. If she's heated, you hold the silence. That stillness is power. IT says you can't lose control. I won't. That contrast activates her subconscious attraction to stability. Most men panic, raise their voices, beg to be heard. You speak slow, short. That's strategy. Cut the language of kings, not clowns. Every move you make it intentional. Don't fiddle with your drink, your phone, your keys. Let your hands rest. Let your eyes focus. Let your stillness speak. That kind of control bleeds into everything. Her traction, her memory of you, the mystery she can't explain. That's how you turn moments into obsession. Not be why doing more, but be why doing less with more weight. It is a simple drill. Today, when you walk into any space, say nothing for 10 seconds. Just shine, breathe on your ground. Let people adjust to your algorithm. That micro-behavior repeated daily will ruin your brain for call authority. And when that becomes natural, you won't just be seen, you'll be felt. And you're just scratching the surface of how deep that mark can go. And here, a quick break. If this type of content is appealing you as to things you never noticed before, hit the like button and subscribe. Now because what's coming next is going to take everything you've set and push it to another level. Let's keep going. You've mastered silence and presence. Now it's time to weaponize unpredictability. Four, be the storm she didn't expect. It is the hard truth. If she can fully predict you, she never fully wants you. What activates the subconscious is unpredictability, emotional variety, not choice, not trauma, but controlled volatility. One day you're deeply engaged, the next you're distant. Not because you're playing games, but because your desire is not guaranteed. That dynamic makes her feel something she can't label. And that's where real urgent starts. The nice guy is always available, always stable, always eager, and he ends up being forgotten. You don't want to be stable. You want to be memorable. That comes from being hard to figure out. She should feel connected to you one day and question everything the next. It's the psychological equivalent of a cliffhanger. And cliffhangers leave emotional imprints that are impossible to ignore. So, how do you do this without being toxic? Simple. Stop broadcasting your intentions. Don't tell her what you're going to do. Just do it. Cancel plans last minute once in a while. Disappear for a weekend. Say, I need some time to think. And leave IT there. That mystery builds tension. IT makes her anxious but intrigued. And that tension is what glues her to you emotionally. Another tactic. Switch up your responses. If you're overly serious, drop in unexpected humor. If you're overly playful, become reflective. Let her feel like she's constantly learning new sides of you. The enigma is powerful because it keeps her mind working. And when her mind is working on you, that's where you live in tree. In her thoughts, in her dreams, in her dopamine loop, your unpredictability must be intentional. You're not doing this because you're unstable. You're doing it because you understand influence. Every time she thinks she knows what comes next, you flip it, not for cruelty, but to shake her control. Most women are set to leading the dance. You change the art and suddenly she's chasing, not because you asked, because you left her mentally out of balance. It is a practical example. If she's expecting a romantic evening, make a tea steak and quiet instead. If she expects silence, show up with strong eye contact and a bold move. You're not here to impress her. You're here to imprint her. And the man who leaves a permanent psychological mark never dances to someone else's emotional playlist. He brings his own music, his own tempo, his own fire. This is how storms work. They come and go without asking permission. And when they leave, they change the landscape. That's what you are now. A psychological weather system. Come one day, intense as the next, but never predictably, never safe. And it's time we explore how this level of tension can evolve into something even more powerful. Time to stop being a memory and start becoming an emotional anchor. 5. Create moments that tattoo your mind. A woman doesn't remember your words. She remembers how she felt in your presence. That's your leverage. If you want to leave a permanent psychological mark, your job is not to impress her. It's to stir her. You need to trigger emotion that's raw, unusual, unforgettable. The moment you feel something she hasn't felt in years, or if your brain flags it as important, That's how you become a reference point. Forget buying gifts or reciting clever lines. Make her feel seen in ways no one else does. Ask her things no one asks. When did you stop trusting people? What would destroy you emotionally? These questions bypass her ego and go straight into her subconscious. It's uncomfortable. And that's the point. You're not creating easy. You're creating impacts. That's what lingers long after you're gone. You need to understand this. Most men are forgettable because they play it safe. They aim to be liked, not remembered. But the man who causes intrigue, who touches her emotionally and then retreats, becomes a story, a mystery, a thief. And that mental loop creates a quiet obsession. She won't be able to explain what she thinks of you at night. She just will. It is a move most men ondertjaren. In een moment, share a deep personal story. Something real, vulnerable, but not self-pitying. Then go silent. No moral, no closure. Let her process it alone. That open loop creates tension. It draws her in emotionally, then drops her just short of comfort. That gap becomes a craving. It's a strategy, not by accident, but by design. If you make surely, then CROI, then philosophy, then comforted, all in the same interaction, you will create emotional variety. That's addiction. Her nervous system will seek your presence to feel alive. You will become a drug, not a routine, not a placeholder. A man who can steer the storm and disappear into the calm. That's power she can't forget. So, how do you practice this? Start by remembering moments that moved you. Recreate that energy. Use music. Use silence. Ask the of questions. Look her in the eyes and say, I see something in you most people ignore. And to outgrow. The detachment after intensity is the emotional imprint beyond deepest. You give her something no one else could and can remove it. These moments aren't random. They're engineered, crafted with purpose. You don't become unforgettable by accident. You study the emotional patterns of memory and inject yourself into them. That's the difference between a nice guy and a Machiavellian man. One gets a song cue, the other becomes a scratch. Beautiful, meaningful, and permanent. Vinyl face, stop chasing her heart. Start living inside her mind. 6. Become the man she can decipher. It is the final transformation. Be the man who doesn't make sense and doesn't care to. When she can label you, she can control you. But when you become a mystery, you dominate her thoughts. She thinks of you during quiet moments. Not because of what you give her, but because of what you withheld. Her mind lopes on what I teach and grasp. And that mental loop becomes your influence. Don't trust to be understood. Be felt. Be questioned. When she says, I don't get you, smile and say, good. You don't hear your emotional GPS. You are her an experience. That experience is made of contradictions, warmth and coldness, desire and restraint, availability and withdrawal. That blend becomes a storm in her subconscious and staurum the live marks. The Machiavellian man isn't heartless. Is precise. He knows the difference between connection and dependency. You don't create a obsession by being perfect. You create a TBY being unpredictably, emotionally rich, and slightly out of reach. That slight detachment gives her space to project, to fantasies, to doubt herself, and that enchastises her to your image more than love ever could. You want an actionable step from now on. Stop clarifying your every move. If she saw you're going, say, somewhere I need to be. If she saw you're thinking, say, not everything needs to be shared. Those phrases carry power, not because they're rude, but because they resist emotional expulsion. You give enough to ignite the flame, but never the full fire. The man who can live without being understood is a man who gets remembered. WHY, because is rare, is not another story, is an untold chapter. The emotionality can scratch, that level of dominance that doesn't scream. IT whispers, and when it's gone, IT echoes. Most men talk to be heard. You instead move in silence, and that silence becomes your favorite noise. Start an that version of yourself today. Sure, what makes you feel hard to reach emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and become that man, not for show, for real. Practice holding tension in conversations. Practice walking away from validation. Practice stillness. The more you embody this, the deeper your emotional imprint goes, not on your body, on your mind. In the end, it's not about being clothed or even desert. It's about becoming a part of your mental architecture. The one memory that keeps breaking the surface. Had the gamer. Had the man who isn't just remembered. Is replayed, realized, and never fully replaced. Now, it's your move. You will just learn how to speak with or words, imprint with or touching, and influence with or tasking. But none of this matters if you don't act. So, let me ask you, will you keep trying to ensure discomfort, or will you finally show her what power feels like in silence? What part of this hit you the hardest? Was it the tension, the detachment, the precision? Drop IT in the comments below. Not just for you, but for every man reading who needs to hear it too. And if you're about enough, type this in the comments. She feel me long after I'm gone. That one line says everything. Thanks for staying with me until the end. That already makes you rare. Most stop when IT gets uncomfortable, but you didn't. And for that, respect. If this video made you feel something shift inside, do me one favor. Like this video. Send IT to someone who needs IT. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's keep growing. Let's keep evolving. Music.